Time for WhatCulture here at WrestleMania with the one and only Omos. How are we doing, my friend?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Nobody ever asks me. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. You see, the bigger the man, the bigger the heart. I've always said this. So as we stand here, we are but days away from WrestleMania. And I mean, how on earth do you feel about that? Because I'm sure you're aware of this. It's a pretty big deal.
No, it is a pretty big deal. I'm excited, elated. Every word you can say explain joy. I feel it, and I'm just ready for the day to come.
That's excellent. And of course, you're taking on Bobby Lashley, who is a guy, well, A, we didn't think he was going to be at WrestleMania, so it's like, what the flub is that about? But also, he is a dude that, especially over the last couple of years, has really come into his own. Obviously, WWE champion, top of the Raw, Raw card, and I would probably say your biggest challenge to date, right? Or at least the most prolific person that you face in the ring.
I mean, he's the most prolific person, but not the biggest challenge. You see how big I am?
I mean, yeah, I can say how big you are, yes.
I'm the challenge.
I can't argue with that. I kind of felt like you were going to come after me then. I was a bit like, look, you win. I put you over straight away. The other cool thing about you, and I think you will already know this, is that, wrestling over the last few years moved in a very specific direction, very, acrobatic and smaller guys. Now it kind of feels like we're going the other way. And I mean this is a massive compliment. You are a throwback to the big guy, I'm going to squash you, I'm going to throw you around.
Yes.
And, I mean, obviously you see yourself that way because you are a humongous human being.
Yeah.
But do you kind of feel like you'll help leading things, maybe balancing the books out a little bit by bringing back that old school kind of big guy wrestler?
I wouldn't say I'm leading things because you had guys before me who laid the way. I'm just continuing the tradition.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was it for you as well when you were training to be a wrestler? Because obviously you walk in there, straight away I imagine everyone's going to be like, well, this guy's got something because you look so imposing. Yeah. But how was it sort of learning the basics, the fundamentals and everything like that?
I mean, it was a learning curve because I come from a basketball background, but, I pretty much had footwork for something back. I studied on my whole life. And then just, to be honest, it was more the psychology. And I'm still learning that every day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And how... I mean, I guess it's massively different, but I know how difficult or hard it can be on your knees, stuff like basketball. So by the time you got into the WWE and their training thing, was it harder than basketball? Was it easier? What's like the comparisons?
I mean, it's two different sports. Basketball was a lot more cardiovascular because we're just running up and down the basketball court the whole time. In sports entertainment, you have times where I need to be quick and fast, and times I need to slow down. So it's very different, but still very similar. Because it's all about the serve the underdog, right? Same in basketball.
Totally true. How much did you learn from AJ Styles as well? Because I imagine, you being together and him having so many years in the industry, you could just, use him as a sounding board. Does this work? Does that not work? Should I do this? Should I do that?
I learned a lot from him. I'm still learning a lot from him still.
And who else do you go to backstage? Like, because you are such a unique talent. I mean, do you just seek out the Undertaker and Kane and be like, man, I need your help?
Sometimes Taker's give me advice. Scott Hall, he had a huge impact on my career. A lot of people don't know that. He actually produced my first ever match I had when I was in NXT. So he holds a very special place in my heart. Like I said, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Taker, Mark Henry, JBL, all those guys, they've really helped me and give me advice. AJ, I can do this. Yeah. It's a length of this, man. I can go on for days.
So what did Scott Hall tell you after your first match? Like, what kind of feedback did he have?
This is your first match. Take it in, absorb the moment, and just build from here.
It's good advice. And obviously, kind of a generic question, but I am intrigued. Where are you going to be in 5 years? Where are you going to be in 10 years? Because a lot of people, if you don't know, are desperate to see Omos versus Brock Lesnar.
I'm desperate to see Omos versus Brock Lesnar myself. But in 5 years, I don't know. I don't try to look that far ahead. Yeah. All I can do is look past, be in the moment, and that's today. And then whatever lies ahead. All I can do is live in the moment, do my best. That's it.
Absolutely. Omos, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And honestly, I hope you smash it at WrestleMania. I'm not just saying this. I'm a big fan of Omos. I say every week on my show. I like the fact you go out there and you just squash people. I'm like, yeah, you're damn right. Because that's what wrestling's all about. Thank you so much, my friend. You take care.
Yes,
awesome.
Sir.
Omos, WrestleMania. Like, share, subscribe. Goodbye.